I've been meaning to go through this closet. That was crazy. Look who it is. And tell me these don't look incredible. Here's the finished product. But I have on these new jeans. Good morning and good afternoon. I just made lunch. I could not wait to eat that sandwich. That was literally as good as it looked. Hopefully it looked good on camera. It was prosciutto, burrata, pesto, and like some sun-dried tomato thing on ciabatta. It was insane. But if you're new here, hi, I'm Clara. If you're not new here, thanks so much for coming back. This is gonna be a week of my life living in Charleston. And I'm starting on Tuesday because yesterday was Labor Day. So today feels like a Monday. It's gonna be a shorter week. I'm so excited. I did bite off a lot, not necessarily more than I can chew, but a lot to chew this week because I decided to start a series that I'm deeming the later list, which is a list of all the things that I've said I would do later, like around the house, in my life, just like those random responsibilities that I'm going to do like one day in the future, later. Today is later. This week is later. I'm trying to knock off a lot of them, and I've been posting mini episodes on TikTok and YouTube Shorts actually, if you've seen that. I've been posting them here too. So if you want to catch up on everything I've done thus far, I cleaned my outdoor furniture, deep cleaned my golf cart, and then yesterday I worked on a deep like pantry clean out and a fridge clean out because those are two things that I just never do and it gets treacherous in there. I threw out a lot of expired stuff. Today's task off of the later list is going to be my light fixtures, like dusting and cleaning those because there's bugs. I can literally see the bugs in my kitchen lights. Hopefully you can't, because that would be embarrassing. You can definitely see it more when the lights are on. But as you can imagine, I'm gonna need a ladder. I'm gonna need a lot of concentration because I will actually need to be institutionalized if I break one of these. Very expensive, but I'm tired of looking at the bugs, so wish me luck. Definitely seems like a two-person job, but have I ever been known to wait for a second set of hands to do something like this? No. Oh my gosh, they're like greasy. I did it. Now, do I bring them all down? Ew, what is that? Should I bring them all down or do them one at a time? I'm thinking one at a time. How do you clean this? I need a plan. Oh no, someone's coming to the door. No! No, now it's not the time. Oh no. This could not have gone worse. Oh my god, he's knocking. Oh boy, hopefully that holds. Oh my god, now I see why I never do this. Oh my god, can you imagine? Can you imagine if I just broke that on my head? I'm getting sweaty. I gotta take off my sweatshirt. I'm literally getting so overstimulated. I'm pissed off. I should have never started this project. The bugs can stay. How the heck does this go back in? Women in STEM. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Breathe. Oh my goodness. It is a Christmas miracle. I think I did it. Okay, I think I learned the trick too. It's like when you're changing the tire on your car, you don't tighten them all until the very end. I think I had the first one like too tight. I feel like a bug probably got in there in the time it took me to do that. My goodness. And I mean, unfortunately, the difference is not that obvious. But now that I've started the job, I do have to finish it. So keep me in your thoughts and prayers. Ta-da! Wow, that feels good. And by the fourth one, I finally got a hang of it. So if I ever have to do that again, I'll be quicker. Finished my later list item for the day, and then I edited and posted those videos. And now I'm running an errand because I just needed to get out of the house. That took years out of my life. I will never clean light fixtures like that again. At least the ones you have to unscrew. That's a job I will outsource or just simply never look at that closely and never do again. But I have a short little list of things that I need, and I'm at Walmart to get them all. I need cotton swabs, Q-tips. Why did I call them cotton swabs? I need Q-tips. I need this one Bissell like cleaning solution for my steam cleaner thing. like my upholstery cleaner. I need wasp spray. I need a new golf cart lock if they sell that here. So that's 4 random things that I was like, Walmart will probably have. And I just so happen to be in the same shopping center as TJ Maxx and Home Goods, and I've been wearing these like press-on nails that I initially got at TJ Maxx, and then I got a second set at Anthropologie, but they were cheaper at TJ Maxx. So I'm gonna pop in there and see if they have more of these nails because I'm really liking them. I'm almost out of some minis that I keep in the guest room too, and I have guests coming this weekend, so I'm gonna grab a couple of these, and then I'll grab Native. Actually, let me do this men's deodorant. All right, unfortunately, they don't seem to have the one that I buy, so I might just have to branch out. I'll do this one. It doesn't seem like they have what I need for the golf cart, so I'm gonna have to Amazon that. But now I'm going to find wasp spray, which I think should be in like the outdoor section. Why don't they have like tiny baskets or like carts? They only have giant carts at Walmart. Well, would you look at that? Hopefully I don't need the value pack, but this is intriguing. Why do I kind of want to look at all these? I could stick some of these in the backyard. All right, now let's run in really quick and see if they've got these nails. I've never actually looked at their nails before. They were just sitting at the checkout counter, and this is the brand called Nail Reformation, but I don't like love that style, so I won't be getting that. But they're 10 bucks here and they're 20 at Anthropologie, so I'd rather find them here and just get them whenever I see them. Oh my gosh, jackpot. Yes, this is exactly what I'm looking for. I'm gonna grab so many. Just had to get some gas so I could make it home, and I plan to be up all night with my Kindle because I just can't stop consuming caffeine today. I'm like fiending for it. I started my day with a coffee, had another coffee, had a Celsius. I don't actually know how many coffees I had. I think like 3. And now I'm having this. I mean, Diet Coke doesn't have that much caffeine in it, does it? Does it even say? Oh, 76. So I feel like it's like a cup of coffee. But it is 6:52. I have dinner made from last night. I have leftovers, so I don't have to cook anything. I just like need caffeine today. I don't know what it is. I also skipped my afternoon workout. I wasn't gonna make it there and edit and post my video, so I just opted for that and ate the late cancellation fee. But I should get home though before the bridge gets bad with the traffic. I got this stuff at a local grocery store. It's a Charleston brand. It's basically just espresso that's been bottled up that I always forget to shake, so that's a little bit concerning. But I've been making my Americanos in the morning with that when I'm pressed for time. It's kind of expensive, but honestly for the convenience, and there's so many servings in here. I got it at Veggie Bin if you're in the area and you want it. Just dropped little Miss P off at the vet just to get another ultrasound to check on her UTI or her bladder or something. I don't know. Fingers crossed this is the last test I'm having to run because the costs are getting very high, and she's also just like so stressed when I bring her to the vet, so I feel bad that I'm taking her in like basically once a week for the past couple weeks. But hopefully the light is at the end of the tunnel and they're gonna figure out what's going on with this appointment. But I dropped her off this morning. They're gonna do the ultrasound and then I get to pick her up early afternoon. I think it's almost like 11 o'clock. I came home from the vet and then I met with my contractor that's doing all of the backyard work, and we're basically at the punch list time. If you've ever done work with a contractor, then the punch list, you know, is like when you go through everything and make sure that it was all done, and if there's, you know, random things that need to be touched up, like that's your opportunity during the punch list to point things out like that. So punch list is a go. They're working on it as I speak in the backyard, so hopefully by this weekend all the work is wrapped. I have my backyard, I have my driveway back. I have my backyard back in the sense of my windows in my bathroom like go to my backyard, like they open up to the back of the house, and I usually film with my Octobuddy like stuck on that window, like videos of me doing like hair, makeup, whatever. I haven't done that because not that these men aren't like nice, all the workers have been like so nice, so respectful, like no qualms there, like everyone has felt so nice. I feel safe in my house even with like a bunch of people in my property and stuff. That's not what I'm getting at, but it would just be weird if my phone was stuck up and I'm like doing my makeup and they're literally standing on the other side of the window. So I'm excited to have my backyard back in the sense that I can have those windows open and be doing my little videos and no one's gonna say anything or like be looking at me. I don't know, that's kind of weird. You have to admit that's kind of weird. So I'm very excited to have my backyard back and have kind of like that element of privacy back. But I need to clean up the house today, mainly just because I don't want to get too involved with anything when I have to go pick up Holly, like in the terms of like my later list. I think today if I get the house clean, I want to do the baseboards because the baseboards are treacherous. I don't know how often you clean your baseboards. People tell me like hacks for baseboards. Baseboards are the bane of my existence, and when I renovated this house I chose really ornate baseboards that look incredible. I mean, they're not like really ornate, they're just like thick with like a lot of grooves in them, and they look great. but the dust loves to collect on them, and some people have said like running a dryer sheet over them. I think I'm fighting a losing battle with Polly. Like, she's literally a dust bunny in and of herself. She's like eye level with the baseboards. She doesn't chew them though. Why did I say that? She's gonna come back from the vet today, menace them. She's gonna chew all of them. Why did I even say that? I've embarked on a poorly timed organization project in my guest room, and now I need to see it through. I've been meaning to go through this closet. Maybe I should have made this a later list episode on TikTok, but I feel like when I post the true reality of things that I'm organizing, people are like, you're grotesque. So sometimes things are better left off camera, but I'm doing a big organization project in this closet. This is where I have all of my coats, which this is the perfect time to bring coats to Plato's Closet because they're looking for like fall and winter items, not spring and summer. So I just went through all my jeans. I have a big pile of jeans that I'm going to take over to Plato's today. I am going through all of like, I have extra linens and blankets in here. I'll probably just do a Goodwill run, or I'll do like a little linen refresh. I'm thinking maybe I'll switch up the guest room bed a little bit, but I'm going through all my products. But I also have some random PR stuff stashed in here that I'm going to go through and make a couple little boxes and just pick some people on Instagram to send these off to. I don't do like giveaways per se of PR. If I do a giveaway, it's stuff that I purchased to give away. I don't do giveaways of stuff that was sent to me because I just want to do giveaways that are things that like I'm giving to my community. But when it comes to excess product and stuff, I'll just make little boxes and reach out to people that I like routinely see engaging and interacting with my content, and I'll ask if they want to receive any of it. So that's what I'm gonna do. Send off a couple boxes. Maybe tomorrow I'll make it all the way over to the UPS store. I just got a call from the vet. Everything looks good with Polly. She has to continue her antibiotics, and they're doing like a culture of, is this too much information? They're sending off her urine to see if there's any bacteria in there. So I'll know on Monday if it's a kidney infection or just a UTI, and then that'll change the course of the antibiotics. But hopefully this is like the last treatment itself. So cleaning closets that are not visible and totally don't need to be cleaned, but it's gonna feel good to me. And I'm about to watch that new documentary, The Unknown Number High School Catfish. It's an hour and 30 minutes. So hopefully in an hour and 30 minutes, I'm at a way better place in here. But I've heard good things. I don't even know what this is about. That was crazy. That was crazy. This is my donation pile, or my Plato's Closet pile, and now I'm going through the drawers of this bed frame. This bed frame has like pull-out drawers on the side that I store extra blankets and stuff in, but I need to do inventory of all of my extra sheet sets and stuff. This is a blanket that I can probably like put out somewhere, because I'm trying to fit a couple more blankets in here. All of these can go. I'm also just trying to have this make more sense, because if a guest needs like an extra towel or something like that, like I want it to all be in one drawer so I can say, oh, that's the drawer on, you know, the left side or something. Right now they would just have to go digging through everything. So I'm putting all the towels on that side, trying to figure out what these are. I think these are extra king size sheets. Yes, believe it or not, I do have extra sheets, even though I do my whole wash and dry house cleaning thing. It makes it sound like I only have one set of sheets, but I do have another set of sheets. And this looks like a duvet cover. Ooh, do I want to do like a white duvet on my bed right now? No. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm not gonna wrestle a duvet today if I can avoid it. Why don't I just do sheets in here? Sheets and like extra bedding for air mattresses and stuff. Wow, I cannot stop thinking about that show. That was crazy. Don't, like, if you don't know what it's about, don't look into it first. Just press play and watch it, because I feel like there's probably spoilers online. I also just got this new addition to the guest room because I use this closet for coat storage, so there's not room for people to hang their own stuff up in this, but the people coming this weekend are actually in town for a wedding, so I figured there need to be a spot to hang up like dress, suit, whatever. So I just got this on Amazon, and how clever is that? Getting some flowers and some salmon on the way to pick up Miss P. They're out of the salmon that I need. I will get some flowers though, because they have some fun ones. Look who it is! Lady, they had to shave your tummy. Are you mad at me? You're probably so mad. Oh, you're just the sweetest thing in the world. All right, let me get you home. And then I totally forgot to go to Whole Foods and get salmon. So maybe I'll eat out tonight or go to the grocery store, but I obviously have to get her home. Oh, Stinky, you're so cute. Do you feel better? I worked on the guest room a little bit more, folded most of my laundry, but I think later tonight I'm gonna have to stay up late and go through my drawers. Like, I did the denim drawer and I got some shorts that I can get rid of, but like my white t-shirt drawer overflowing, and I feel like there's bound to be some with like stains and stuff stuff that I can like veto right away. So I'm gonna stay up late and organize the dresser and the guest room just so that closes, because I just, you know, when like everything's in perfect equilibrium with my clothes until I'm doing all of the laundry. Like I can fit everything so long as some things are dirty, but as soon as I'm cleaning everything, it's rarely gonna fit all at one time, and I'm trying to do all my laundry right now, so I need to make some room. But I'm at a workout class right now. I usually don't do classes this late, but I had to reschedule the one that I had this morning so I could make a meeting work. So I switched my 9:30 workout class for a 7:30 p.m. workout class, which I don't usually do, but it's Taylor Swift themed, and I want this studio to do more. I go to Body Rock, by the way, but I want this studio to do more like music themed or like artist themed classes. So, oh my gosh, I thought that bug was in my car. Oh, it is in my car. Is it? No, it's on the outside. Anyways, I want them to do more classes like this, which means that when they do them, you have to attend and you have to give them good feedback. So I'm here at 7:30, gonna struggle my way through a Body Rock class, and then I'm gonna go home, quickly eat some dinner, and then work on organizing those drawers for the rest of the night. I also started the Hurricane Katrina documentary, which is horribly sad, extremely sad, but it's such a, as someone that was born in like 1999, and obviously like I lived through Hurricane Katrina, but only the like vague memories and like accounts that like my parents gave me, you know, so I don't really fully know what happened or understand what happened. And it's very interesting to actually understand, especially now living in Charleston, like a hurricane zone, like something very well could happen here. It's just very interesting to learn about something that you kind of thought that you knew about to an extent, but it's trending on Netflix right now. I'm just making my way through all of the trending Netflix documentaries, if you can't tell.
Yeah, it's just about let's go some shit. People are listening.
We say, you know,
My dad,
we had there was definitely stuff.
alligators,
Oh my
water
gosh.
moccasins, you name it, we got it.
I didn't even think about this. The freaking alligators. That is crazy. Everyone needs to watch this, especially if you're like around my age and you don't actually know what happened. Looking so much better in here. I rolled all of my pajama sets and I kind of like double stacked them. And hopefully this will make me more likely to grab an actual pair of matching pajamas, because now these are easier to reach for and more accessible than the t-shirts and the sweatshorts. And then in this drawer is all of my like graphic tees, plain white tees, because I just don't have room in my closet to hang these up. And honestly, you know what, the armpits have seen better days, but I'm not about to replace all those because I swear it's not noticeable when you have them on. This is my extensive collection of the white boys Hanes that have been washing pretty well. Some of them have gotten a little gray, but mine are staying pretty white. I think it's just because I separate my whites, or not my white, or I do lights and then I do darks when I do laundry. And a lot of people have said that they're little Hanes tanks that are viral. I'll link these in the description box if you're not familiar. I just wear these over workout sets. They're kind of having a moment right now with the girlies on TikTok at least. But I just wash them with my lights and they seem to be fine. But I just folded everything. It's still kind of chaotic in there. And then what's this drawer? These are shorts and skirts. These are all of my workout sets that I rolled the same way. So when I'm running late to class, inevitably, I can just grab one of those. And then these are my workout separates and like a couple lounge sets, like matching sets. So that's how I organized everything. I didn't actually reorganize. That's how I had it configured before, but I just needed to go through and make sure that I hadn't like panic shoved away any laundry when I was pressed for time. So now it's all organized, makes sense, and I know what's in each drawer, and I'm excited to wear some things that I kind of rediscovered in this. I had to wash the duvet, so I washed that and put that back on. Sheets are already clean. This is a new addition, this little cord catcher keeper thing. I got those on Amazon so that the cord doesn't fall through. And then speaking of the cord, I got this for my guest room. It's a USB-C and then a lightning cable all in one, because I feel like some people still have the lightning cord, or like sometimes your headphones take the lightning cord. So anyways, I thought that was nice to add to the bedside table. And then I have my little Polly's Place matches. I have this Charleston guide, but I recently went to Cezanne in Charleston, and look, they were giving out this little like Cezanne city guide. So I've added that right here. And this is one nightstand. This is the other nightstand. I added a charger over here too. A little pillow mist that I got in a gift bag one time. Coaster on both sides, and then a hatch. I upgraded my hatch to like the new version with the knob on the top. But this is my other one and there's like nothing wrong with it. So I was like, let me put this in the guest room, and I need to print out my Wi-Fi password, but also I'm gonna make like a dummy account for the hatch and put that in this picture frame that I thrifted in the Hamptons. So this is kind of my new mini bar setup minus my water cup. But I have tissues, bottled water. This will be Wi-Fi password and how to set up the hatch if they want to set an alarm for the following day. Candle, my welcome basket. I had some things left over from a previous welcome basket that the people actually didn't take. So I was like, okay, I'll just save it for the next people. I want to put like a snack or something in here, a snack and maybe some hot honey. But I already had all these things. So this was really convenient. I honestly could keep it as is, but this is a little welcome basket that I like to do of all Charleston things, and then the rest of the dresser is just decor. I'm really excited about this. I hope this works well. And it's right next to that outlet, and I have a steamer obviously, so I feel like that's a good steaming situation. I mean, heck, I'll probably come in here to do my steaming. My reformer is still in the corner over here. My shed will likely be a project next weekend. By shed, I mean gym. I'm turning my shed into like a little Pilates vibe with a weight rack and a mirror. A gym is a bold claim. It's gonna be a room with a mirror and a reformer in it. But to me, that's the gym. So once that's gone, this corner will look less chaotic. Listen, ladies, when I learn how to do my hair over for you, clearly you still have time because I just spent an hour and a half washing, moussing, blow drying, round brushing my hair, put it up in like pins. What is this? Actually, it doesn't look that bad on camera. It looks really bad in person and it feels disgusting. Back to the drawing board. Need to watch some more tutorials. I wish I was someone that had like a perfect Dyson blowout mastered, but I'm still working on it. Anyways, I put on white shorts after Labor Day. Who's gonna call the police on me? Charleston, the South, like it's still so hot. That doesn't matter. But I have on a black belt and then this comfy tee. In light of all of the clothing that I folded and reminded myself that I owned yesterday, I do need to be dressing cuter and putting some more miles on these clothes. This is barely dipping my toe into dressing cuter. I'm gonna go to Plato's, I think, drop off some of these clothes that I sorted through. I have a in-person meeting regarding my backyard at 2 p.m. and I have another meeting at 4 p.m. 4:30 actually. So I think it's, what time is it? My hair took way too long for it to look not that good. It's almost noon, so I'm gonna go drop this stuff at Plato's and then come home, make lunch, do a couple things, have that meeting, and then maybe go back to Plato's between 2 and 4:30. That sounds like a plan. I still have all my flowers right here that I have to put in vases, so they're just sitting in a big bucket of water. But today for lunch, I am making lamb, I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation of this, but arrays, A-R-A-Y-E-S. And look, if you're someone that goes on Pinterest, I get asked this all the time, so these people are out there, but I get asked how I find like interesting recipes, cool recipes. And first of all, you have to make the Pinterest algorithm your bitch. You have to have that thing under your thumb. Is that the saying? I don't even know if that's the saying. But anyways, if it gives you a recipe that looks good, you reward it. You click on it. You maybe save it somewhere. You have to like teach it what to serve you, and you have to click on things like names that you might not recognize of dishes, and like if it calls for a random spice, don't write it off. Like you have to cook things and make things and engage with content that's like out of your usual, if that makes sense, because if you're not happy with what you're seeing on the feed, it thinks that's what you want to see. So do I know how to pronounce this? No, but I know that I made the chicken ones because they looked really good, and now I'm making the lamb ones. Arrayas are crispy pita pockets stuffed with juicy lamb and vegetables. I don't know what part of the world this comes from, but I'm loving it. I also love lamb. So just branch out of your comfort zone a little bit in terms of what you're saving on Pinterest, the recipes you're trying and stuff. Take a risk. This one's actually so easy to make. It literally takes 15 minutes to throw together. I'm adding my ground lamb to some, well, this one, I don't know where this website is even from because it said red capsicum and I had to Google that, and that is a red bell pepper. And then I called the onion a brown onion. So like I had to Google that. But honestly, that if yogurt is spelled with an H, I know it's gonna be a good recipe. You have to get out of your comfort zone and out of the like 50 meal prep idea jumbo AI generated posts, and then you'll find some good recipes. But I just had to cut a couple things up. I cut up the onion, I cut up some garlic, and then the red bell pepper, and now I'm just mixing everything together. There's also some parsley in here. Honestly, if a recipe calls for garlic and like a fresh herb, I know it's gonna be good because cooking with like actual garlic instead of the jarred garlic, the jarred like minced garlic, makes the biggest difference too. But I'm just mixing all this together. There was some cumin. Like, you tend to, when you cook more recipes, you tend to realize what ingredients are bringing out what flavors, and then you can kind of associate those with the flavors and stuff that you like. So like I said, like if I see fresh herbs and garlic, I know I'm gonna like it. If I see cumin, I know I'm gonna like it. If I see za'atar, I know I'm gonna love it. The more hands-on you are with your food and like the flavors, I feel like the better you'll get at picking recipes that right off the bat you know you're gonna like, if that makes sense. Here's my pro tip for the day, and I have to keep talking and filling the silence because my hands are covered in lamb. Last time I made this recipe, well, the chicken version of this, I was doing far too much, and I made my own pita too. But I just noticed that my Whole Foods has like a bread tower rolling cart thing at the entrance that has pita on it, and it's nowhere else in the store. So I was just convinced that my Whole Foods didn't sell pita, and I just didn't realize you had to decide whether or not you wanted pita the second you stepped foot in the threshold of the store. So I bought this. It's called Angel Bakery's Classic White, and what this recipe is you cut them open, like you cut them in half, and then you stuff them with the meat, and then you cook them, and it is just like this pocket of, it's like a meatball. It's like a meatball pocket. It's so good. My mouth is watering. Like, I don't even want to be cooking right now because there's a million other things. I have you strategically positioned so that you can't see the state of my kitchen right now, but there's a million other things that I should and could be doing, but I am just like mouth watering over the idea of eating this today for lunch, so I have to stop and make it. That's another thing. If you're planning out menus and like planning out your recipes and stuff and you're not excited to make it, don't even put it on the menu. Like, if you're like, this could be good, don't put it on the menu. Do not put it on the menu, because then you're gonna buy ingredients for it, the day's gonna come around and you're not gonna want to make it, and then you're gonna order out, and then you're gonna waste the money and the ingredients that you bought, and you're gonna be paying for a meal that you actually want to eat. So just like, you have to be honest with yourself. Gently open a pita pocket and stuff it with the meat filling. Fill each pita according to your preference, but avoid overstuffing to prevent tearing. I also love lamb. Duh. Okay, that's not the most appetizing looking thing, but it'll look great and it'll taste great. I made a little sauce that it called for. That's another telltale sign of a good recipe, is if it asks you to make like an easy little simple sauce. This is yogurt, lemon juice, garlic, cumin, and paprika. And tell me these don't look incredible. I also looked it up because I'm curious, and it's a Lebanese street food. And maybe I'm stuffing mine too much. I mean, I don't know if there is too much, but like that would be delish. I stuffed them based on like what this recipe looks like. This person puts like a decent amount in there. It is much later. I have been all over the place running errands, Goodwill, Play-Doh's pickup, then I FaceTimed a friend and got sidetracked, but I did a lot of cleaning while I was on FaceTime for like literally 4 hours while I made dinner, and then cleaned into the evening. But I have this dead, as you can tell, orchid arrangement that I actually bought new orchid to put inside of. So I'm gonna do that tonight, because having one of those nights where I'm like, oh, I could totally go to bed, I have a handle on things, but I've learned with myself that the second that I'm like, I could go to bed now, that's actually the point where I should stay up for an additional 30 minutes and just cross a couple more things off of tomorrow's to-do list, especially in regards to like guests and stuff, because this is one of those random things that I'm not going to prioritize tomorrow, but I would love if it was done. So I'm taking out the old orchids that I killed, but I think they're bound to die anyways. Orchids are just like a little bit longer of a floral arrangement. Like, it lasts a little bit longer than a standard floral arrangement, if you ask me. I already have a fallen soldier, so that's not looking good. It says water once per week. If you say so. That's what I did. Ta-da! Looks so much better. I've been keeping this in my dining room. Happy Friday! Good morning. I'm gonna quickly put together these flower arrangements so that I don't forget about them. I have quite the assortment, and they're all kind of like purples and greens. I usually find one full flower that I love and go off of the colors of that. So in this case, it was these anemones that I found at Trader Joe's. So these kind of led the way for the rest of the color scheme. They have a little bit of pink, some like deep purple vibes, and then green. So I also got some green stellar flowers, some hydrangeas, some purple dahlias. Trader Joe's has like the best flowers. Like, Whole Foods could never, but you have to get to Trader Joe's right when they open. Like, look at these dahlias. Like, stunning. So I'm just going to open up all of these flowers, and then I took one floral arranging class. I mean, I've been kind of interested in it, but just in my own way. Like, I think it's fun to arrange flowers. I definitely don't have much skill, but I did take a floral arranging class, and there's a couple tips that I learned that have kind of stuck with me. I took all of the flowers out of their packaging, and I have the flower food that some of them come with, so I'm gonna prep my vases next. I'm trying to get one big arrangement for the front door, like next to the front door. I'm trying to get one for the coffee table, and then this one goes in my guest bath, guest bedroom, and then this in my kitchen. Probably have enough flowers to do one more than that, but I'm just gonna fill these out, and if I have enough for another one, great. If I don't, I don't. If you do a grid pattern like this, or you can use chicken wire and just ball up some chicken wire, but if you do a grid pattern with tape, kind of like a more accessible thing since I don't have a freaking roll of chicken wire on hand, nor do I have storage for that. But if you do tape, then you create little pockets that you can stick stems in, and then they'll like stand up better and not get as droopy, and you can be more like intentional with the placement of things and not just be at the mercy of it like falling all over the bowl, or all over the vase I should say. So that's what the tape is for. And in all, I'm gonna start with this one because this one is arguably like my baby. This is the one that goes on the coffee table, so I want this one to look the best. My floral arranging class told me to start covering like the outside with greenery as your first step. And this guy that I took the class from, I've actually taken 2 classes, so I kind of lied there. So instead of thinking of this as one stem, you can kind of cut these offshoots almost and get little pockets and pieces that you can use elsewhere, and it kind of goes further. So I'm gonna do that and make the most of this. Just kind of create like a nice little bed for these guys to sit in. I think I need more water in that. I am making a mess. Is that even underwater? Yeah, but I'm gonna have to add more water to this regularly. Okay, so here's what I'm working with. I'm already hating it. This is what happens when I try and like film stuff. Like it's probably gonna be my worst flower arrangement, but whatever, whatever. Next I'm gonna go in with a hydrangea. Put that in there. Gosh, I already wanna quit. Keep this thing going. Put that right there. Sunny's approach is to like couple flowers up, and usually in odd numbers, but I did not buy enough hydrangeas to be doing odd numbers. But his logic is like in nature, these flowers don't grow like in isolation. So if you want your arrangement to have sort of like a natural whimsy to it, then you should like kind of keep things together and think about how they would grow in nature, and that is usually not in isolation. So for that reason, I'm gonna give this hydrangea a buddy that's growing a little bit taller than that one. And then, ooh, who else wants to come into the mix? Maybe a dahlia. I'm gonna do 3. 1, 2, 3. It's kind of fun. I want this one to be shorter. Oh, well, that is way shorter than I thought. I'll put that guy right there. And then again, like I can use this little bud of a dahlia somewhere, so I'm gonna save that. I think my dahlias are in. I can do a few of these guys, although I'm not loving these guys. I should have put these back, honestly, and got white ones of these. They're a little too pink. Let me have one going in that direction. Actually, this is the epitome of like the dad washing the mailbox when there's so many other things to be done right now, but I'm having fun. Gosh, these flowers are insane. Like if you actually look at them, I'm like, how the hell does that just grow? Kind of giving me the heebie-jeebies. This one feels very much like it's raining. Hey!
Oh my god, so pretty.
Thanks. She's a work in progress.
Oh, give me 1 second. Let me call you back.
She always does that. Like you called me. She's like, ugh, gotta do something. I'm like, you chose to call me right now. Here's the finished product. I love it. This purple is off, so that kind of frustrates me, but I like all of these like smaller ones. This will look fine by the front door. I've been running around town, did a UPS drop off, did a Plato's drop off, even though I said I was doing that yesterday. This is a vase. Let me clarify that, because I was walking around the streets like this and kind of looks a little illegal. But is that illegal? I don't even know. What was I saying? Oh, I went to UPS, did my drop-offs, went to Staples, went to the pet store. Guests are incoming in a matter of hours, so I'm gonna go tidy up the house a little bit, and then I'm gonna get my stuff from Plato's and then do a big Goodwill drop. I'm fine if I'm like out running an errand when guests come, because I'll just leave them a key. They can let themselves in. Oh, and now I'm low on gas. I'm gonna go home first and just make sure everything's clean, and then I'll run my errands, if that makes sense. I would rather, like, I can't leave once people get there, but if it's clean, it's fine. Anyways, I just went thrifting with a friend and I got this vase. She asked if I want to go thrifting, and I was near the thrift store, and I was like, you know what? I'm already making irresponsible time management decisions. I might as well go thrifting, and I think this vase is gonna go in the kitchen. I like this more than the one that I have, and it was $2, so I got this. Then we walked to Baba's on meeting and we got coffee and banana bread and just caught up. I feel like so many of my friends are in like a wedding planning stage of life, and as someone that loves to plan things, I'm like, you can talk my ear off about this. Like, I want to hear about this and I want to like help. Not that I like can help in that regard, but I'm like, oh, have you considered this? Because like I'm so deep in like the planning side of Pinterest and TikTok and stuff that I love to talk about that stuff. She's planning a wedding right now, so we talked a lot about her wedding, talked about new stuff in my life, all my trips, caught up. I think we're gonna do a happy hour next week, but I need to go home because that did take like 3 hours. But you know what? It's okay. My baseboards are clean. I scrubbed my baseboards yesterday, so everything else already looks clean. Cleaned the house, cleaned myself. Is anyone clued into this whole conversation about how often people shower online? I'm getting a little freaked out, I will say. I shower at least once a day, if not twice, if anyone was curious. If anyone was curious. But I showered, obviously washed my hair, gonna let it air dry, and then probably like throw some curls in it or something tonight. But I have on these new jeans that I just got. They're not like ultra low rise, but they're definitely low rise for modern, like high-waisted standards. I would say these are like probably low to mid rise. I just got them from PacSun. They have a lot of cute jeans right now, and they're a good length on me. I got 4 pairs to try, because they were doing like a massive sale. I just tried on one of them today, like literally just now. I think they're all gonna fit, but I got slightly different. Like I got like a extra loose, I got a boot cut, but I think I'm gonna move back into like mid and low rise jean territory. I think it's just cute. I'm gonna go to Goodwill. Well, I'm gonna go to Plato's, pick up the stuff they didn't want, take that to Goodwill, and then the house is already clean. I'll meet my guests. We'll go out to dinner. I'll do my hair at some point, hopefully. I love the way these flowers look right here. If you ever see these flowers at like Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, they're so cheap and they're like kind of like odd, you know, they're really tall, but it's great for like an entryway or kind of a dramatic thing like this.